Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dustless for the win here with the Cortana easy tutorial that I've been waiting on, I guess. I don't know. I skipped the Covenant for now because it's really long and I want to get these last two out as quickly as possible. It might be a little bit behind schedule though because of Thanksgiving, just so you guys know. So anyway, from Covenant you would carry over the hammer, so in the Covenant tutorial when I eventually get to that point, I'll let you know about that. But here you use the hammer to hammer through this graveyard scene. You just keep slamming the wall above you, and you keep doing that until you land inside the hole to get dropped down below. And if you do it fast enough before the grave mine scene ends, you skip this Cortana scene, so that saves time. It's not an IL strat though, because IL strats aren't allowed carryover, so just so you know that. Here just slide jump off of these slanted slopes and use the hammer to launch yourself a bit more normal, or a bit further than you would normally go. There's not too much at this beginning of Cortana, so it's all about smooth movement and trying to get past all these enemies which keep getting in my way here. You can use those carrier forms to launch yourself as well, which helps out a bit. Once again here, like during the grave mine scenes, you want to hammer, if you still have a hammer off the walls, further ahead, just to save a bit more time, just optimizing your route a bit more. You'd be surprised at how many seconds you save from just these little like jumps and hammer swings. Here again, giant slants, slide jump, hammer, do whatever, just slide jump, hammer, just get ahead as fast as possible. It's really as simple as that for the beginning part. So up here, there's a couple things that you're going to want to pick up, and it's going to change your route slightly a bit depending on which route you want to go. So here I would pick up the brute shot, the DC, and the hammer. That's what I normally pick up, but it's going to change depending on what you do. Well, actually, this part doesn't necessarily change, but you can drop the DC down here right now if for later. I'll explain what that does later. But you can do that if you want, but if you find out later you don't want to do that, then you just don't throw it down there. It's obvious. Anyway, you can use this box to hammer launch off of it to get a bit further, but depending on your route, you might want to pick up this invis that's on the floor right here, so you can actually box launch kind of right to it and pick that invisibility up. It just depends on your route, so keep watching so you understand which route you want to take. Anyway. So continuing on, just try to make sure you don't die from these carrier forms around here. You can use them to launch a little bit further as well. Once again, just pay attention to your movement. Don't try to get caught on enemies. Try to shoot enemies if they're in your way. Just make sure you keep moving, because that time adds up if you keep getting stopped by enemies and keep stopping and get lost and all this other stuff. Right here, just keep shooting all these enemies. They're going to get in your way easily, so just keep shooting and throwing grenades. Make sure you keep at least one plasma grenade though. Okay, so coming up here, there is multiple ways to do this room. Everybody gets lost in this room. This is a very difficult room for a lot of people. So I tried to make sure there's a bunch of strats that you can use to get up there as fast as possible. Anyway. So the first strat I do here is I jump on that little pod thing right there. I'm going to shoot that guy up top, because if you don't shoot that guy up top, it's going to block your way. But what you do is you hug the wall and shoot 3 times into the wall after jumping, and you'll launch yourself up onto that platform. Just jump over. That guy up top is not always there, so you don't necessarily have to shoot him, but if he's there, he's going to block your way. Here's the second option. You can shoot brute shot and jump backwards onto the ledge behind you, and then jump forwards with the brute shot again, and then equipment jump off the DC you had from before to get onto the next ledge. Here's the same thing, except you can just brute shot without the DC. This is helpful because you kind of want to keep the DC for later for safety reasons. So if you can learn that way, it's better. Here's another way you can use camo from earlier that I picked up. See, this is the difference in routing once again. What you can do is you can hammer forwards up onto this ledge, and then hammer backwards, and then you're right there at the door, so you can continue on. What's the next one? The next one is, oh yeah, this is just a straight hammer. You jump on the purple thing, you hammer backwards, jump on this purple thing, and then kind of go at a parallel, not a parallel, a tangent and slam backwards to go up onto that ledge and then jump over as well. So that's another way you can do that. And here's just showing the full path just in case you haven't learned any of those strats yet and you just want to complete the level. Because a lot of people get really confused at this level. You need to get up on this ledge over here. Jump on here and then jump forwards, and then there's this little cave over here. Just go into this little cave and it sends you directly up to the top. Like, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Just keep following that path and then jump over here, and then you're right at the door. You just jump over onto this ledge over here and you're good to go. You can hammer through this little grave mine scene coming up here, I guess. Try to slide jump off the side walls. Anything like that, just to get you through there faster.
I have seen your future and I have learned.
Submit! End her torment and my own!
Okay, so coming up is the infamous box launch across the chasm, and a lot of people have trouble with this, and it's kind of a feel thing that you need to practice a lot. What you're gonna want to do is throw a grenade right in front of the box, and you're gonna want to swing right as the plasma grenade explodes. But depending on where you aim is where you're gonna be sent. One of the main things you don't want to do is aim directly down, because that will just make you fall into the gorge. If you stand a bit farther back from the front of the box, you tend to do more of a horizontal launch, which is what you want to do. If you pop yourself up too high, you can die from fall timer. So if you have that DC from before, you can actually equipment launch, like right here, and you can save yourself from dying. Here is, or no, well, there's one more. I'm just showing multiple options. If you aim a bit higher, you're better off. You'll go a lot faster if you aim higher, so just be careful on how much higher you aim. Here's a secondary option. You can just box launch off the other box and just run around the outside. It's a little bit slower, but I mean, it's faster than just walking there normally, the other way around. Alright, now whenever you're in this tunnel right here, you're going to want to hammer as fast as possible down the tunnel. Aim exactly at that tower where I was aiming at the very beginning and swing right before the scene as it launches you down the hallway. Make sure you swing at the top of your jump and double jump after the very first jump, because that'll get the most out of your jumps the whole way down. And then at the very end of the tunnel in the midway, you kind of want to wrap around that giant hole because you'll get stuck on it. And then kind of angle yourself into the doorway, because if you don't angle yourself into the doorway, you get stuck on the door and then you don't get to the Cortana scene fast enough. It's a very kind of time sensitive trick, so if you don't get a very good launch, you're probably not good. Same thing going up here. You can't skip this grave mine scene or whatever, but you can hammer through a significant amount of it to get up the hallway. Or you can brute shot the ground to give you a bit more of a boost as well. Depending on what you grabbed on the way over, there's a camo on the left side over here, like I'm showing you right now. If you grabbed it whenever you box launched over, you can use it to camo through here, so you can avoid the enemies pushing you off the ledge. Or you can save the camo for later, which I'm going to show you why you need to save the camo for that later as well. You press this box, or button, press this box. Anyway. You shoot these towers immediately as fast as possible. As soon as you see that arrow is when you can actually blow them up. So make sure you wait long enough to shoot them whenever the arrow appears. Shoot all three as fast as possible. Then right over here, and if you don't want the camo, you can pick up the DC over here for the same strat later. Immediately make sure that there's no sword guy behind you, because he can kill you. Drop to the left of this hole. As soon as you fall down that hole, turn to the right. Anyway, keep going forward here. Make sure you shoot these carrier forms up here, because they can kill you on your drop down. I've seen people die there, which is pretty funny. So coming up is the reason why you either need a DC or camo. I believe the first strat I do is with the DC. No, with the camo. Okay, so what you're going to notice is, remember whenever we left the DC down on the ground the first time? Well, you can use that to get back up into the hole that you did earlier, which is actually a faster route than going the way they intended you to go. So what you can do is jump on this DC and then just brute shot jump off the top of this. And make sure you crouch at the top so you can get in there over here. And look at that nice achievement I got for doing that, apparently. Anyway, Here's the second option in case you accidentally blow up the DC by shooting these enemies or whatever. What happens if you blow up the DC is you can use either a plasma grenade or a frag grenade, throw it directly down below you where that like little blood spot is, kind of right next to the circular blood spot, and then brute shot right before the grenade explodes, and then the grenade gives you the extra propulsion to get up there. Make sure you crouch at the top again. Same thing here, crouch at the top. But with the DC, what you can do is same placement of the grenade that you're gonna want for the camo strat. I slowed this one down though to make sure you guys understood where I'm aiming. Right on that edge of the blood spot is where you want to brute shot jump off of, and then equipment jump in midair off of the brute shot to get up into that hole. The quick way out of there is to jump on that little purple thing and then jump on top of there, and you can get out really easy. And then you can kind of slide jump at the bottom there. I get a little bit lost here for a second because I was facing the wrong way. But anyway, go around that corner and now you're headed up this hallway. Just start emptying your clips now. You want to empty your clips out before the end of the level because you don't want carryover to Halo, so you can get those rockets at the start of Halo. And basically, this is basically the end of the level, so if you can slide jump or do whatever you can to optimize your movement, don't run into enemies, don't get stuck on walls. Like, whatever you can do to optimize your movement saves you time. Anyway, that's basically it for Cortana. That was really straightforward, and hopefully I'll be done with Halo and Covenant eventually soon. So, see ya.